Hey everybody, you're here with WHIT Radio.org. You're here with Mia, Michelle, Lisette, Allie, and Crystal. We all know Christmas is just around the corner, so we thought it'd be pretty interesting if we speak about anything related to Christmas this week. Today we are going to speak about the significance of snow on Christmas and the history of the Christmas tree. Alright, so I'm sure many of you have seen lots of Christmas movies, from A Christmas Carol to How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Think back on every Christmas movie you've ever seen. Do you see anything in common with these films? They all involve snow, right? We seldom see Christmas movies in a tropical, summery, or dry desert setting. We picture the ideal Christmas as a cold day with tons of snow stuck to the ground and snowflakes coming down while children play and make snowmen. After all, don't we all dream of a white Christmas every time December 25th comes around?
Yes.
But why is it that everyone feels that it should be snowing on Christmas Day? Here's Christmas with a rather interesting fact.
Many of us feel that there has been some type of religious reasoning behind snow on Christmas. After all, Christmas is a religious holiday. We feel as though it may symbolize something. Red is used for in Christmas to symbolize Christ's sacrifice according to the Christian and Catholic religions. Lit candles on Christmas presents Jesus Christ. However, there is actually no religious connection with snow on Christmas.
Michelle knows the reason of snow's significance on Christmas. Here she is.
I do.
Yes?
The reason that we think of snow and ice at Christmas is because of the Victorians. Excuse me. Although Christmas was taking over from the pagan winter solstice festivals in Europe, it was Victorians who gave us our traditional Christmas in Europe and the USA at the start of the At the start of the Victorian era, 1837, Britain was in a mini ice age that was from 1550 to 1850. During this time in London, a winter fair was held on the frozen River Thames. One of the main reasons that the Victorians put snow and Christmas together was the book A Christmas Carol, written in 1843 by Charles Dickens.
And here's Allie with the reason behind snow in A Christmas Carol.
Well, when Charles Dickens was a child, Britain had very heavy snowfalls around Christmas. So when he wrote A Christmas Carol, he put lots of snow and ice in it. He also put snow at Christmas in some of his other books, like the Pickwick Papers. Charles Dickens' books were very popular, so when the Victorians read the books, they thought of snow and Christmas together. In other words, Charles Dickens began what society considers being the ideal Christmas.
And here's Lisette with another reason as to why snow is associated with Christmas.
One of the other reasons that snow and ice became popular in Victorian times is because Queen Victoria's husband, Prince Albert, came from Germany, where it was colder and he was used to lots of snow and ice being around at Christmas.
Okay, well, as you can see, one very famous writer by the name of Charles Dickens created our idea of the perfect white Christmas. Now we're going to actually be talking about the history of the Christmas tree and how it became such a big symbol for the holiday. Okay, so we will be speaking about the Christmas tree and how it became the international way to celebrate the holiday. Every winter, usually right after Thanksgiving, Christians, Catholics, and those of similar faiths put their Christmas tree up, whether it's artificial or real. We have it set up in a main part of our homes and decorated with Christmas ornaments, Santa angels, stars, garland, and lights. People have been doing this for years, but I'm sure they do not know the true meaning behind the Christmas tree, or how a tree could now be called a Christmas tree. How did the tree become a symbol for Christmas? Here's Michelle with a little hint.
One might wonder, why on earth do we celebrate Christmas with trees, especially evergreen trees? After all, unlike the nativity scenes, doves.
I love you, Michelle.
Doves and angels that may or may not be part of your own town's Christmas decor, trees are not especially Christian or Roman Catholic. Nothing in the Bible emphasizes the use of evergreen trees for Christmas. So how did evergreen trees become known as Christmas trees? Any guesses?
Here's Crystal with the answer.
During the early days of Christianity, while the faith was trying to spread from its base in the Mediterranean to the far earth Europe, the Christians noticed that it was easier to gain converts if they had holidays similar to those of the people who were trying to convert. As missionaries wandered into the pagan wilderness, which is now present-day France and Germany, they found people who celebrated the winter
Solstice.
so yeah, there you go. These pagans believed that as the day got shorter, the sun was going away, and if it did not come back, all the humanity would die. So they go into the forest and search for the largest living things they could come across. The largest living thing was an evergreen tree, proof that life still existed in the dark of winter.
Okay, so here's Allie with some more info as to how the Christians convinced the pagans and other faiths to convert.
Well, after the early Christians spread to Rome, they adopted December 25th as Christmas Day to increase the probability of converting the believers of Mithras, a god of soldiers, sailors, and merchants, who celebrated his birthday on the 25th of December. In an effort to be even more appealing to these pagans, they'd cut down the large green trees and incorporated them into the worship of Christ. By the Dark Ages, Christianity was the dominant religion in what had once been pagan territory, but the celebration of Christ's birth with large green pagan trees continued. The one strictly European custom made its way around the world and was passed from generation to generation.
Okay, so here's Lisette with a pretty interesting fact.
In addition to the tree, the celebration to bring back the sun involved getting as much light as possible. So a large fire burned non-stop while torches lit the homes of the pagans and the living. Evergreens were decorated with lights to get the sun back into existence.
So every year, millions of Americans go into forests, tree farms, and stores to get a large tree, which we now know is used to honor the birth of Christ and perhaps implore the sun to come back. I hope you liked our show. We'll be having more Christmas shows soon. Bye, everybody.
This